Moving to college basketball, where we had another very shocking and explosive story that came out of college basketball yesterday. The legendary Mike Krzyzewski, head coach at Duke University. Mike Krzyzewski, Sammy, John, I didn't think this day was ever going to come. I thought he was going to be like the next Joe Paterno, but Mike Krzyzewski is calling it a career after more than 40 years at Duke University. The 74-year-old Krzyzewski announced today that he is retiring not due to changes in the sport or due to his health, but he's retiring for family reasons. Krzyzewski was at Duke for more than 40 years. He had a 1,097 and 302 record at Duke in the NCAA tournament. He was 97 and 30. He won 5 national titles, 12 Final Four appearances, 15 ACC men's basketball tournament championships, and 12 ACC regular season titles. This dude is the greatest college basketball coach of all time, in my opinion. But Sammy, I'll start with you first on this. What's your reaction to Mike Krzyzewski calling it quits?
It's not a hot take when I say this. The dude's obviously the greatest college basketball coach of all time, and one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. When you go across the sport, the dude basically built a program in Duke. If you haven't watched it yet, it's the class that saved Coach K. You'll have to watch that documentary. I think it was in the 80s or 70s, in the 80s with Quinn Snyder and that basketball team that basically, had that miraculous run to the national championship. And you talk about the impact that he's had on today with the amount of players that he's put in, with players like Justice Winslow, Jahlil Okafor. I'm drawing blanks. I'm sorry, but
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram. It's a long list of players that he's put into the NBA, pumped out from the college. It's crazy to think of it, but his impact will last. He has coaches upon assistant coaches in the college sports, in the NBA. His legend will never, never be expired or never be forgotten.
Very well said, Sammy. John, before I go to you on this, let me make these remarks. I've always knew that this day was going to come, but I never thought it was ever going to come because Coach K, legendary coach, greatest coach in college basketball, maybe in basketball ever, because he's a guy that, I know you have Popovich, but he's a guy that, was great in college. He built a program, spent 40 plus years at Duke University, which is now unheard of because you have coaches in college basketball just leaving programs left and right. And he was there since the 80s. I think he also went to the Team USA, coached them, won 3 gold medals with Team USA when Team USA was not doing so hot before he got there. This guy is an icon. He's a legend. He's a guy that, like you said, Sammy, he's a guy that, has his impact is not just in college basketball, but he has a great impact in the game of basketball in general. He's going to be missed. He's coached for so long. He's had to adapt time and time again. And, there will never be another Mike Krzyzewski. Let me say that there will never be another Mike Krzyzewski. He's had a fantastic career. I think, Sammy, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he already get inducted into the Hall of Fame, or has that not happened yet?
I believe he's already been inducted.
All right, so he's already a Hall of Famer. Just a great career in general by Mike Krzyzewski, not only, on the basketball court, but his impact, he impacted a lot of these men in terms of their personal lives as well with what he taught them off the court. This guy was a father figure to a lot of these men. He I think he saved a lot of these guys' lives from potentially going down a really bad path. So this dude made a great impact on the basketball court. He changed the game on the court, and he also changed a lot of lives off the court as well. So great career, happy retirement, Coach K, like we have on that banner right there. But John, I'm going to go to you next on this. What is your thoughts on the legendary Mike Krzyzewski, the greatest college basketball coach of all time? Many people also call him the greatest. I mean, you could argue he might be the greatest coach in sports in all time. But what's your reaction to Mike Krzyzewski's retirement after 40 plus years coaching at Duke University?
Before we actually get into that, we have some breaking news coming out of the NBA just real quick. Let me see if I can find that banner. The Denver Nuggets have won the series against the Portland Trailblazers 4-2. And Gillespie, is it Dame time yet? Is it Dame time in Florida? He's sitting on vacation. I'm sorry. Is it Dame time right now? It's about darn time he gets sent home in the playoffs. It's about time, Steven. You need to come on the show, my man, and let's get this settled. But all seriousness in this topic here, this is the type of coach that, and this is why I like a lot of times you see athletes have issues in college and not having that type of mentor. Again, I don't watch college basketball. I don't care about college basketball. But if you would describe a coach as a great, again, nobody's perfect, a great example of leading young men. Again, off the court is more important than on the court. But if it can result to on the court, phenomenal. I give them full credit here. What, 1,000+ wins and only like 300 something losses. Record doesn't reflect how great I guess of a man he is. I don't know him, never watched a single game of him in his career at Duke or college basketball. But you need that type of guy on and off the field or whatever kind of programs he does or anything. I think it is great. I think it is smart. You need it because you see a lot of issues with athletes in college going to the NCAA from football to basketball to all these different types of sports. You need the guy to have that father figure for where having worked with kids for many years is you see that a lot of them don't have that father figure. And to have a guy like that is something special. So cheers, my man, to a great career, and whatever you do, you have my support.